Good morning, students. Welcome back to our English class. Hope all of you are doing good. Today, let us learn Poem 7, Animals by Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman was born on May 31st, 1819, an American poet, essayist, and journalist. He was one of the most influential poets of the world and also known as father of free verse poetry. Okay, so please open textbook page 83, poem 7, Animals by Walt Whitman. Students, the poet has really beautifully brought out the contrast of the nature of animals and humans. He feels animals are very simple natured, whereas humans are greedy, selfish, and complicated. He asks us or urges us to follow this easygoing attitude of animals. So let's get started. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. Placid means calm and peaceful. Self-contained means keeping like your control over anything, not having desires. I stand and look at them long and long. So, the poet wants to live in the world of animals, not in the world of humans, as he feels they are very calm and peaceful. And he feels they are also self-contained. Here, self-contained means they are happy with what they have. They do not run after worldly things. And when it comes to humans, they are always interfering with the lives of others. Whereas animals don't do that. They are like happy with what they have. These two reasons make the poet to stand and stare for a very long time at the animals. Yes, let's check the next two lines. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. So here, whine means complaining and crying. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. So here, the poet says that unlike humans, animals do not complain of misery. They do not even cry out loud like humans to show what they have lost. And even they do not, animals like humans, what they do, they have done something wrong and they stay awake all night in repentance. They are asking maybe God to forgive him or her for the wrong deeds they have done or the sins they have committed. But animals don't do that. Why? Because they don't express any grief or anger if something goes wrong. Yes, I hope you understood. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Demented means like being unreasonably showing distress or anger. Now further, the poet wants to tell that the animals are very truthful in nature. They are not like humans. Now what humans do? They boast. What do they boast about? They boast that they are doing good things or good deeds in the name of God. And they show it to everyone. Why do they show it to everyone? They want popularity. They want to gain popularity or fame from others. They want to show to others that they are doing so many good deeds in the name of God. But animals don't do such things. They are not dissatisfied. They do not run after worldly things. What do humans do? They are mad. They have certain mental illness to own worldly things. They run after owning worldly things. Yes? Next. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. So here, what do animals do? They do not kneel before others. What do humans do? They kneel. Before whom they kneel? They might kneel before any religious saint or priest, and they kneel before ancestors, their ancestors, maybe to gain something, or it may be a ritual or the tradition. They kneel before their ancestors, but animals don't do. Why they don't do, we'll see. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. So here, the sentence not one is respectable means it doesn't mean that animals do not show respect. They indeed show respect to the other animals. Whereas humans, they show a lot of discrimination. They respect whom? They respect the rich very much. But do they respect with the same intention the poor? No. They show a lot of difference. Differentiation is seen, very much seen in the intention of human beings. Whereas it is not seen with animals. They treat every animal as equally. Now I am not talking about these animals catching their prey. Okay, that is, they are for their survival, they are catching an animal for food. But they respect or treat everyone equally, and they are happy with others. So they show their relations to me and I accept them. Now here, the relations which the animals show are quite different. They are not interiorly, they are not different. Same expressions they show outside. But when it comes to humans, they have different intention in their heart, and outside they show all false perceptions or false emotions or false feelings towards others. Whereas animals, they don't have anything like that. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. So here tokens means qualities. Like what are human qualities? Innocence, yes, kindness, humility, yes, and mutual respect or understanding. And what the poet is saying that events means to show the presence of those qualities. We are not showing. Who is showing those qualities? The animals are showing all these human qualities. Why humans are not showing these qualities? We'll see in the next line. I wonder where they got get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? Yes. What did the humans do? In greed of these worldly things. And what did they do? They left all these virtues of kindness or helpfulness or mutual respect and understanding. They left them. And by whom they were picked up? They were picked up by the animals. So the poet is asking us to retrieve those values back and teach our future generations how to respect others, or how to show your love towards others, or follow the basic ethics which the humans are not doing. He is asking to follow the animals and learn these qualities which are human qualities which humans had, but now they are not having. So he is asking them to learn from them for the better of human nature. Yes, children, I hope you understood the essence or the theme of this poem. If you have any doubts still, you can message me or call me. Please read the poem. That's all for today's class. Thank you.